So hello everyone, I am Monika from IELTS 9. Let's do one more reading practice with me. That reading name is Language Crisis or Endangered Languages. So this reading was reported by many students on 21st February 2026 IELTS exam in India. So this reading was part of that exam in India. So that means this reading can be part of next IELTS exam anywhere in this world. Okay, maybe in Japan, maybe in South Africa, maybe in UAE, maybe in Singapore, maybe in New Zealand, maybe in Australia. Please do these kinds of reading whenever you are doing practice. Language related IELTS reading is most repeated reading passage in this IELTS exam, as well as history related IELTS reading passage is also most repeated. Language related, environment related and history related reading passages please do in advance. Okay, any reading passage can come. Some questions may differ. I'm not claiming that this was exact reading and this was these were the same exact questions. Some questions may differ, but normally passage remains the same. Okay, so let's do this reading passage, and of course I can say this must be reading passage number 3. You see the complexity of these questions. First number is yes, no, not given. Second is, of course, choose the correct letter A, B, C or D, or you can see the sentence structure also. Multiple choice question is this. 4 multiple choice questions are there, and then of course last question is also there. List of ending. Complete each sentence with the correct ending. So here these are also longer sentences. Longer endings are also there. So first I will start my question, my reading passage from yes, no, not given. Definitely you can get PDF of this reading. You can always text me on my WhatsApp number. It will be in description. Okay. Yes, first is yes, no, not given. So before starting, I would request you, please do practice with me. On the left side, I am showing you reading passage, and on the right side, you can see the questions. If possible, you can watch this video on laptop. Otherwise, on phone also you can solve with me. You can pause the video whenever I am finding my own location and then match it with me. Okay. Now coming to yes, no, not given. How to do yes, no, not given? That's more important. Always remember to develop your own strategy. First you watch it. First you do practice with me, because something you will grab it from my video, from my reading practice. Definitely, if something you have learned, definitely you can subscribe, you can like, you can hype my video. It's all free of cost. No costing will be there. So yes, no, not given questions are just exact as same. True, false, not given. Same strategy, you can follow it. So it's important to understand first the meaning of these instructions. Please read all the instructions. Yes means if the statement agrees. So agreement of the meaning of the statement and the information. Where you will get statement? So these are the question statement. Okay, and where you will get the information? Information you will get it in these paragraphs. Okay, if the meaning of both statement as well as information coming out same, whether direct or indirect, okay, then it will be yes. And if some contradiction of the information is there, instead of 1962, if in information they are saying 1982, then it is known as contradiction of information. In that situation, question will be no. And if there is no information, so this is most of the time yes, no, no and not given, false and not given. There is a lot of confusion between these two questions. We will try to solve it like that. So question number 1, I will read it. I will try to understand its meaning as well as come out with 1 or 2 keywords. Those keywords will take us to the location. Try to understand how I am expressing, how I am telling you how to do yes, no, not given. So by 2050, so this is the keyword that will take us to the location in the paragraph. Okay, first let's read full question statement. By 2050, only a small number of languages will be flourishing. Okay, by 2050, only small percentage of languages will be flourishing, means will be present or will be going on. If small number of languages will be going on, will be continuing, then it will be yes. And if major number of languages, so here small number means you will not get the same meaning, some synonym you can get it. Okay, so let's go to number one, number paragraph. First question, first we will go to the first paragraph only. So 2050 I can see over here. Okay, so let's read it from where we can read it. Okay, you can read it from starting. Never mind Wales, save the languages, says Peter. Some person name is there, so I will do circle. A graduate of the this graduate of this university, Australian National University. This is all unnecessary information in IELTS reading passages. Okay, don't need to waste time on these things. Worried about the loss of rainforest and ozones. Where is, so this is important word according to me. This is also, where is the layer at linguistic meetings in the US? Well, neither of these doing any worse than endangered language issue that has of late been a large majority of 6,000 to 7,000 languages. Okay, so a large majority of the language, 6,000 to 7,000 languages are there that are something of a flavor of the month, means that are something the flavor of a month. They remain in use on earth. Okay, one half of the survivors, now they are talking about languages, not person. One half is, you can understand, it is not half. One half of the survivors will show growing evidence that not all approaches to this will almost certainly be gone by 2050. Now try to understand what the writer is trying to say. So actual situation, actual location of the question statement from here to here, you can see this. Well, neither those is doing any worse than endangered languages. Language issue that has been a majority of 6,000 to 7,000 languages that are a matter of only month, flavor of the month, means they will remain for some time. They remain in use on earth. One half of the survivors out of 6 to 7,000, one half here is, I think they are talking about 1/4 of the survivors will show growing evidence not all approaches, means all languages to this will almost certainly be gone by 2050, while 40% more preservation of languages will probably the well on their way, maybe. So here same thing they are saying, only a small number of languages will be flourishing. So you can say not all approaches to this will almost certainly be gone by 2050. So I have given you the location, you can decide the answer. So answer here is, my answer is yes. Okay, now second, Australian academics efforts to record existing Aboriginal languages have been too limited. Okay, so first we will try to find Australian academics. So this word will take us to the location and recording of Aboriginal language. So Aboriginal and Australian academics, let's find it where we have left the question number 1 location. After that we will get the location of that. Okay, we are looking for Aboriginal languages and Australian academics. So Australian kind of thing is not there in this paragraph. Okay, so let's move to next. Linguist, I am looking for Aboriginal word I can see in B paragraph. So let's move to next paragraph, means let's move my page first. So B paragraph, I have found my Aboriginal language here and I am looking for Australian academics. Okay, linguists who know what causes language to disappear but less often remarked as it what happens on the way to disappearance. Languages, vocabulary, grammar and expressive potential diminish as one language is replaced by another. Say a community goes over from speaking a traditional language to speaking a creole. Creole is a mixture of European language with African language. Says Australian Nick Evans, a leading authority on Aboriginal languages. You leave behind a language where there is a fine vocabulary for this landscape all that is gone in a carol. You have just got a few words like gumtree or whatever. As speakers become less able to express wealth of knowledge. Okay, I am looking for Australian academics. So aboriginal language word, here it is. Australian academics' efforts to record existing Aboriginal languages have been too limited. So this thing they have not described over here. Let's move to next paragraph. If losses are so huge, why relatively few linguistic combating the situation? Australian linguistic at least have achieved a great deal in terms of preserving traditional languages. Now I think they are talking about Australian linguists. Here means Australian academics' efforts to record existing Aboriginal languages have been too limited. If the efforts of recording these languages by Australian academics are too limited, is very less, then it will be yes. Otherwise, it will be no. If losses are so huge, okay, Australian linguists at least have achieved a great deal in terms of preserving traditional languages. See, have achieved a great deal. So here it is given too limited. In terms of preserving traditional languages, Australian government began in 70s to support an initiative Aboriginal languages. So it means if you read it from here to, so question number second location is here, not there. This is the location they are telling. Here they are clearly given have achieved a great deal in terms of preserving tradition. So this is a contradiction of information. So this is no answer. Question number third. The use of technology in language research is proving unsatisfactory in some respect. The use of technology. Okay, technology in language research is providing unsatisfactory in some respect. Okay, so let's move my page first. Now this is D number paragraph. In C number paragraph, nothing was relating to it. So we are looking for technology in language research is providing unsatisfactory in some respects. At linguistic meetings in the US, where endangered language issue has been of late something of a flavor of month, there is a growing evidence that not all approaches, so approaches we can match it with technology, not or methods or systems, that not all approaches to the preservation of languages will be particularly helpful. So here it is given, the use of technology in research, language research is providing unsatisfactory in some respects. But how in some respects, that we need to find. Some linguists boast, for example, more and more sophisticated means of capturing languages. So it is languages, digital recording, storage, as well as internet and mobile phone. Technology word is here now, but these are encouraging. So mobile, but these are encouraging the quick dash style of recording, trips, flying in switch on a digital recording. So the use of technology in language research is providing unsatisfactory in some respect, not in every respect. So here, not all approaches to the preservation of language will particularly helpful. This is the exact location of this question. So this is, of course, yes. Fourth number. Now, person name is there, Chomsky's political view. So let's find this person name. So Chomsky I can see in this paragraph. Okay. Chomsky political views have overshadowed his academic work. If his political views overshadowed his academic work, then it will be yes. If something contradictory is given, then it will be no. Now here it is important to understand the meaning of overshadowed. Means his political views have overshadowed his whatever he has done in academics, that has been shadowed by political views. Means political career have shaded his academic work. So that thing they want to say here. So Chomsky word is here, means this person name is here in this, and many of others, or more precisely they blame those linguists who have been obsessed with his approaches. Linguists who go out into the community to study, document and describe languages argue that theoretical linguists who draw conclusion. I am looking for his political views. So let's find political and academic related work. Chomsky, from his post at the Massachusetts Institutes of Technology, has been a great man of theoretical linguistics for far longer than he has been known a political commentator. Okay. From his post at this institute has been a great man of theoretical linguistic. Okay, theoretical linguistic means academic, for far longer than he has been known as a political commentator. Political views, no. Okay, everything we have got here. Political, also we have got what academic work in the form of theoretical linguistic, you can say, we have got it, but his political views have overshadowed his academic work. This is not given, not explained like that. Okay, so this is not given. Now coming to fifth number, documentary linguistic studies require long-term financial support. Long-term financial support. Documentary linguistic studies require long-term now finance related thing we need to find it in next paragraph, because this paragraph is done. Let's go to next. Underline features, finance, funding. Okay, so let's move to next page. Okay, you can see this in F paragraph. I have found this documentary word and funding also. You can see financial means funding. So this requires documentary linguistic, means documentary linguistic it is given. Observe not only language's structure, subtleties, but also related social, historical, political factors. Such work calls for persistent funding of field scientists who may sometimes have to venture into harsh and even hazardous places. So it is clearly given. Documentary linguistic studies require long-term financial support. So this is again yes. Now 6 number question. 6 number question, let's read it. Chomsky's, again this person, this name will take us to the location. Attitude to disappearing languages is too emotional. If it is emotional, it is too emotional, then it will be yes. If it is not given like that, whether it is emotional or strong kind of thing, then it will be not given. So in next paragraph I can see this person name here, and let's read it. The highest barrier, they argue, is that linguistic professions' emphasis on theory gradually wears down the enthusiasm of linguists who work in communities. So here Chomsky language, where Chomsky disagrees. Attitude to disappearing languages is too emotional. He has recently begun to speak in support of language preservation, but his linguistic, as opposed to the humanitarian argument, let's say unsentimental. See, this unsentimental word is given, so it is no. Because here it is given this person is too emotional about disappearing languages, but here he is saying let's say unsentimental. The loss of a language, he states, is much more of a tragedy for linguistics. So this is no. Let's do next question. Now next question is, you can see it here, multiple choice question. So for this 7th number, you can see this is the question statement and A, B, C, D are the options. So how to do multiple choice questions in IELTS reading? That's more important. You should understand the strategy. First, we will not read any option first. Okay, first we will read the question statement. We will try to understand the meaning of the question as well as demand of the question statement. The writer mentions rainforest and ozone. So ozone word we have come across in first paragraph. So writer mentions rainforest. So as I told you, we have got this ozone and rainforest word in first paragraph. Now full reading passage we have done only with the help of 6 questions in yes, no, not given. This is the last paragraph. So let's move to first number paragraph. So that's the power of annotation tools. Means whenever we are doing we are reading paragraphs, please do underline and circle the things, but every word is not a key word. That's more important. So rainforest and ozone, as you can see over here, Okay, so the writer mentions rainforest and ozone layer because the reason he had not asked, but definitely we need to give reason why the writer mentions. Never mind whales, save the languages. Says Peter, this a graduate of Australian National University worried about the loss of rainforest and ozone. Okay, where is the layer? So this is not the exact thing. So after that, the writer is explaining the reason. Where is the layer at linguistic meetings in the US? Well, neither of those is doing any worse than the endangered language issue that has been of late a large majority of this and this. That paragraph we have already read. Let's read all the options. Because he believes anxiety about environmental issues is unfounded. This is not clearly given about it, that environmental issue is unfounded. So that is not the thing. Okay, to demonstrate that academics in different disciplines share the same problem. Nothing is explained like this in this B number, in this first number A number paragraph. We have already read this paragraph. Because C option, I am this also wrong, this also wrong. Because they exemplify what is wrong with the attitude of some academics. So exemplify kind of thing is not there. What is wrong with the attitude? Attitude kind of thing is also not explained in this paragraph. So let's read. To make the point that public should be equally concerned about languages. So that is the main point. So here he is saying, where is the layer at linguistic meetings in the US? In the US or in the US, to make the point that public should be equally concerned about languages. First sentence, never mind whales, don't worry about whales, save the languages. So this is the thing he is saying. He is denoting for D number option. So 7th will come with D number option. Now 8th number, let's change the page. Let's do this 8th number. What does Nick Evans say about speakers of carol? So in first paragraph we have done. Now coming to second number paragraph, where carol word, here it is B number paragraph, we will read it here. Okay, this is the Nick Evans person is here. So what does Nick Evans say about speakers of carol? Okay, speakers of carol. Okay, say a community goes over from speaking a traditional Aboriginal language to speaking a carol, says Australian Nick Evans, a leading authority on Aboriginal languages. You leave behind a language where there is a very fine vocabulary for the landscape. All that is gone in a carol. You have just got a few words like gum tree or whatever. As speakers of carol, as speakers become less able to express the wealth of knowledge that has filled ancestors' life with meaning over millennia, it's no wonder that communities tend to become demoralized. So demoralized word is also there. They lose the ability to express ideas that are part of their culture. So ancestors, speakers become less able to express, they lose the ability to express ideas, to express the wealth of knowledge, not ideas, I think, that are part of their culture. So this also resembles, means this is also nearby, I can select it, but question mark. Let's read B1. Older and younger members of the community have difficulty. So this is not explained like that. No older and younger member. They have explained. They express their ideas more clearly and concisely than most people. Speakers is become less able to express. No. So this is also, yeah, less able to. They lose the ability. I think first will come. So this is also not explained like that. Assessing practical information causes problem for that. Practical information, like thing, is not explained. So first is the answer only, A number. It is clearly given, as speakers become less able to express, they lose the ability to express. A wealth of knowledge means ideas that are part of their culture, part that has filled their ancestors' lives. Okay, so that's why A will come. Now coming to B number. What is similar about West Africa and South America from the linguistic point of view? So West Africa and South Africa is given over here. So let's so location we have got West Africa and South Africa. What is similar about, I am trying to understand the demand, what is similar about West Africa and South America from the linguistic point of view? Okay, similar. So from here we can read it. In England, another Australian, Peter Austin, has directed one of the world's most active efforts to limit language laws at University of London. Austin Austin heads a program that has trained many documentary linguistics in England as well as in language laws hotspot such as West Africa and South Africa. We have got it here. And Austin heads a program that has trained many documentary linguists in England as well as in language laws hotspots such as this. So only this sentence is there. On the basis of this we can get answer. Yes, what is similar about West Africa and South America from the linguistic point of view? So linguistic word is also given. Similarity is there. So has trained many documentary linguists in England as well as in language laws hotspot such as West Africa and South America. Means both places laws hotspots, language laws hotspots are there. Means frequently languages are going off. The language is English language is widely used by academics and teachers kind of thing, and English kind of thing is not explained. The documentary linguists who worked there were trained by Australians, so this is also not explained like this. Here you can read it. Local languages are disappearing rapidly in both places. So this we can match it. Loss hotspots, it is clearly given, and C number will come because in both the places means West Africa and South America, language loss hotspots means languages are disappearing rapidly. Hotspot is this kind of thing. Let's do last 10th question. So 10th question, what it is saying, Michael Krauss has frequently pointed. So what he has pointed, let's see this. Pointed out that. Okay, let's find this paragraph we have done, and in next paragraph we can get this Michael Krauss. Person name is not there. Yes, Michael Krauss is here. Most loud and untiring has been Michael Krauss of the University of Alaska. He has often complained that linguistics are playing with non-essential while most of their raw data is disappearing. Where we have got the location of the question statement, in the same sentence we are getting the exact answer for options. He has often complained that linguists are playing with non-essentials, they are dealing with non-essential things while most of their raw data is disappearing. Linguistics are failing to record languages before they are disappearing, die out. I think this is matching with this raw data is disappearing. Failing means they are dealing with non-essential and most of their raw data is disappearing. So this I can match it. Linguists have, second, let's read all options also, have made poor use of improvement in technology. This is also not explained. Linguists have declined in popularity as well as popularity kind of thing is not explained. Linguistics departments are underfunded in most, this is also not explained. So this A will come.